Okay, so Nerevar, I'm sure you understand that the fact you got me to accept that exterminating all people of Morrowind who are not 100% Dunmer isn't going to work is a rather big deal. Now, it's not that you convinced me I was wrong, of course. I simply saw that the plan was different than what I was saying. No, it's not a cop-out, hush your heretic words and listen. Now, since this is going to be a thing, I have decided it'd only make sense to try to turn the races of Tamriel to our side. So to that end, I have decided that members of each race should be included in this pantheon. Now, I'm not going to make any of them gods on our level, of course, but a saint for each of them should be enough. Now, with this path we are now taking, we have a few complications, if you will, that being the Khajiit and Argonians. Yes, goddamn, I promise that when we take over, I won't condone the institution of slavery. There, is that good? If I just get rid of it, will you stop complaining? What do you mean, it's a start? How much more never mind, I'll just take it for now. Anyway, all the races already have an established false religion we'll have to purge. But the general plan is to have one saint for each race to sow the seeds of doubt into them. But I'm not completely sure if we should have but one Khajiit saint, or one saint for each of the variations of Khajiit. I don't know if you know, since there aren't many books on Khajiit anatomy, but there are a lot of different kinds of Khajiit. Some look like elves, some are cat people, some are just cats, and some look like mixes between a cat and a monkey. But if I had a saint for all of them, then we have the issue that the Khajiit have a wildly disproportionate number of saints compared to the rest, so people may assume I'm favoring the Khajiit. Meanwhile, with the Argonians, I don't even know if they'd accept an Argonian saint. Not just because of our history with them, but also for the fact they worship a tree, a giant tree that apparently spawned them. So the question is, do I have this tree burned down, or do I somehow convince the Argonians that the tree is now a saint, or maybe some extension of my will? The Altmer did something similar when they convinced the Khajiit that they were the ones who restored their moon when it vanished. But I don't exactly want to just copy the Altmer because they are just the worst. I don't know if you ever met an Altmer from Somerset Isle, but they're just horrible. In fact, they're not even getting a saint. I'm just going to declare any ship from the Somerset Isle is to be blasted on sight. Incidentally, you may have noticed that every so often that dog I found would float by, barking ancient prophecies, with many other dogs following him. Well, I learned that his breed on average only lived for 10 years, and obviously that was unacceptable, so I used the Heart of Lorcan. At first I was only going to extend his lifespan, but then I figured, nah, make a dog god. And now he's the god of all dogs, the one true good boy that all other good boys aspire to. Yes, Nerevar, this is how I spend my free time. Stop asking silly questions.